Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We have an opportunity for this evening for Shabbat Shirah, a celebration where the themes of freedom and music are intertwined in a harmonious melody of tradition and of hope. Tonight, we are graced with beautiful voices, which we've already heard, and also with Cantor Roskin and Cantor Thomas. We're so glad to have you here, whose voices and spirits will guide us through this sacred evening. Shabbat Shirah, the Sabbath of song, reminds us of the powerful role that music plays in our lives. It is a unique medium capable of anchoring us firmly in the present, while also simultaneously connecting us to the echoes of our past and the potential of our future. And here's how it does so. Imagine, as one of my favorite teachings in Jewish tradition, and Cantor Thomas knows, imagine that each note of music is a moment in time, and that each note looks back to the one that is before it with gratitude, acknowledging the beauty and the lessons that the previous notes have provided. These notes of the past, with their harmonies and dissonances, have shaped us, allowing the current note to resonate with deeper, meaningful, and richer tones. And similarly, each note reaches forward to the notes that follow, offering a prayer. Be more beautiful than me. Stretch and soar, embody the best of what lies within you. This is the essence of our journey, a continuous striving towards growth and improvement and the realization of our potential in the now. And Shabbat Shirah offers us this present moment, a sacred pause in the rush of life. It invites us to root ourselves in the richness of the past, drawing nourishment from our history, our struggles, and our triumphs. It encourages us to lift our eyes towards the horizon, towards a future that is filled with hope and with promise. Tonight, as we embrace the beauty of now, let it inspire us to carry forward the legacy of those who came before us and to be the foundations for those who will follow. The beauty of now starts with wishing one another Shabbat Shalom. So we're going to turn to the cameras behind us. And for those who are joining at home or in hospital rooms or wherever you are with us. Shabbat Shalom. And that was fantastic practice for being able to it's okay to even stand up to do this, to turn to the north, the south, the east, the west, to go down your aisle or in front of you and to wish Shabbat Shalom to the people who are around you and introduce yourself. Just take a moment to welcome one another into our congregation. It's my pleasure and honor to invite forward Shayla Siegel. Shayla, come on up. Shayla is a leader in our congregation. She is the regional president of our regional youth organization. She is a leader in our congregation in our religious school and has done so many different things. And this week she turned 18, which is huge. January 17th, right? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And so we want to invite you to light the candles and to help lead us in Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho, be'ahava uvratzon hinkilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh, zecher letziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikohanim, v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. Amen. Very sweet. As sweet as you are. Okay. Shayla, do not go anywhere. I know that, first off, I want to say thank you for your flexibility today, considering that we made some changes on you. Rabbi Erdheim was supposed to be here earlier, but she had to not be here this evening, and so you get me. That's okay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So, Shayla, it's amazing. I have now been here, this is my 8th year at Temple, which means that when I came here, you were about 9 and 10 years old. And to seeing your growth of mind and spirit and body and soul has been, and also like literally, like I'm almost taller than me these days, right? Has been so fantastic. Because I've also seen you in both social settings, in moments of travel, when we're like in the hottest of hot deserty expanses of Israel. And I've seen you grow in your youth leadership in ways that are just absolutely phenomenal. And really am so impressed with who you are. So here we are. You are enveloped in the warmth of your family. The family that includes, of course, your parents and, of course, Zoe, your dog, and your sister, but also the family that you have created in the home that is also Temple Bethel. In January, which is a month that is also sparkles with celebrations for your family, you're also reminded of the love and the joy that bring you here this evening for the celebration of your 18th birthday. The past year, your 17th, was a journey of discovery. It was a journey that helped you to find your people, to build support systems, of making brave choices to step away from things that weren't giving you energy in life. And the choices have helped to shape you into the strong, inspiring person that you are today. And then you embark on this 18th year with lots of adventures ahead. And I'm not just talking about Alaska. I'm talking about the adventures of leaving home, of independence, of being able to cast your first vote. Please vote. Symbolizing a beautiful dance, I think, of also the bittersweet, right? Bitter and sweet go together, right? That there are farewells that will be bitter, but there is the sweetness of exhilarating new beginnings, of being able to see what you can do. And I've seen it in the midst of adventure and I have no doubts of great things ahead. Your passion for the arts is evident in your involvement in all sorts of things, in chorus and theater, your a cappella group, and it speaks volumes about your vibrant spirit. And it's not just your talent, but your love for expressive creativity. Your experiences in Nifty and Liberty. And I'm going to say this, that it's going to sound like you are a 70-year-old in our congregation, because the things that you have done has been incredible. But mostly, your dedication during a really challenging time for teens has been so important. And I want to state this, I'm going to now speak, I'm going to break the wall for a second. Imagine being a teen leader through COVID, creating spaces for teens through COVID, in the dynamics that teens were experiencing in the pandemic. And that is what Shayla's leadership has been for our community, for teens in our community, and for teens in our region. Your Jewish leadership here is great for our future. And I'm not talking about college, because you're going to get involved in college. I know that's the case. But I'm talking about a testament to beyond a Jewish leadership that could include the rabbinate or the cantorate, a Jewish future that could include being a really involved board member like your father is, right? Recognizing that you have a way of making an impact on our Jewish community wherever you may be. So on this day, we pray for your continued blessings. May the journey be filled with wisdom, with happiness, with unwavering love, and with the deepest admiration and affection for you. We celebrate you, and then bless you with a threefold benediction, which is at the center of the Torah. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ken yehi ratzon. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chineka, may God's radiance shine upon you and be gracious to you. Ken yehi ratzon. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. And may God journey with you each and every day of your life. May God bless you with shalom and shlemut, peace and wholeness. Ken yehi ratzon. May this be God's will. And let us say, Amen. A beautiful opportunity to share in goodness and things that are happening in our lives. We want to take an opportunity also to elevate other, whether they're an 18th birthday or small or big things that are happening in our lives that are just add joy. I will say, just to share, that our 8-year-old Jonas wrote a really fabulous book and presented it to his class this week. And it was just so much fun to sort of see the joy of learning, the curiosity of his class, and the support that they have created. And it was just a beautiful thing. So for writing books, even if they're 8-year-olds, and what I will say that one of the main characters was named Asher. I have no idea where he got that from, but that's at least one. So other good things, small or large, that have happened in your lives. Yes? You got a job that's not working at the temple. For the ways the temple prepares you for jobs outside of the temple. Congratulations. Yeah, Jack. You're back at dance after 2 years. That's really great. And you got another cat, because what goes well with one cat is a second cat, apparently. That's great. Mazel tov, that's wonderful. All right, yes. I'm so sorry, I didn't hear that. College acceptances. That happened. I want to hear later about what's happening. That's great. Mazel tov to you. That's great. So college acceptances. Anyone else? Please.
My younger son safely drove from Charlotte to Austin to move in with others.
Great. Safely drove from here to Austin. Yes. That Austin is very lucky. He arrived there safely, and I promise you, as one former Texan, a Texodus is possible to come back to some other place. That's what we call it. That's anyone who leaves Texas, we call it a Texodus. Also, it's possible. So that's right, wonderful. Good for him. Mazel tov. Anyone else? Yeah, please. You were just the hands. Okay, great. Anyone else? All right, well, for jobs that are outside of temple, and for cats, and most importantly, dance, and for college acceptances, and for arriving safe in Austin, and for wonderful things that happen in our lives, and for 18th birthdays. We give thanks to God not only for helping us to reach these joyous occasions, but for sustaining our lives and helping us to experience them together. We continue welcoming in Shabbat with the words of Lecha Dodi.
Likrat Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvchol nafshecha uvchol meodecha vehayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha vishinantam levanecha vidibarta bam vishiftecha beveitecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvishearecha lema antizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Who is like you, O God, amongst all the gods that are worshipped?
Vada Adonai Yaakov, ugelo miad chazak mimenu, Baruch Ata Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
In our tradition, melodies and lullabies are more than just an arrangement of notes. They are a profound vessel of memory, of emotion, and of our heritage. A lullaby with its gentle cadence is not only a tool for soothing a young person or ourselves, but also a medium for imparting values, for imparting stories, for imparting a sense of belonging. They serve as a comforting reminder of love and security and enduring subconsciousness long after the song has ended. And similarly, the melody of Hashkivenu, the song that we're about to sing, well, it's a prayer for peace and protection recited in the evening. And it resonates with the same depth, that same emotional, spiritual connection. Because whether we sing it in a synagogue or we whisper it at home, it carries the collective memory and hope of our people yearning for tranquility amid life's uncertainties, embodying a spiritual lullaby that offers solace in the embrace of faith. Continue with the words of Ishama.
Shabbat
As so many musicians and singers teach us, that sometimes the most important note that exists is the silent note, the space between the notes. This is that silent note in our prayers, an opportunity for us to pray in silence with our thoughts, our prayers in this present moment.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atah melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atah melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
I want to invite you to join me in a prayer for the state of Israel. We gather together in faith and with hope to pray for peace and for the safety of the people of Israel. Help us, O Holy One, and protect us in our hour of need. Touch our hearts lest they harden in despair. Guide our thoughts lest they are overcome with fear. Bring healing to the wounded, strength to those in mourning, courage to those in fear, wisdom to those who lead. Yadid Nefesh, beloved one, reveal yourself and fill the world with your light. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Be quick, God of love, for the time has come. Have mercy upon us, eternal one of peace. We take time each and every week to think of those in our community who are in need of healing. A healing of mind and body and spirit and soul. The names of our loved ones in our community are on the screen, and I want to invite you to share names of people that you might be thinking about. People who are in hospital rooms or might be right next to us, or maybe it's even a prayer for yourself, and that's okay too. And that we add all of our and pray as one community with strength and hope, recognizing that our prayers are a mirror to us. To make a phone call or to make a meal, to support one another, to support those who are in need. I invite you to share the names of those you're thinking about out loud or silently in your heart. Thank you. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Rofeh Hechalim, blessed are you, O God, who walks with, who supports and comforts those in need.
Shabbat Shalom. The sacred text of Ve'ahavta, repeated daily in our liturgy, inspires and guides us to teach our children diligently these words of Torah. Music is the perfect means of expression for joyously fulfilling this obligation. Through musical interpretation of the text, we are easily able to put these words in our mouths when we are at home and when we are on our way. Rabbi Richard Saracen has written about the differences in liturgical emphasis of the 3 paragraphs of the Shema and its blessings in building a communal and individual relationship with God. The English recitation of the first of the 3 paragraphs of the text of Ve'ahavta became imprinted upon those of us who grew up in Reform congregations. With the development of contemporary Jewish music and participatory services has come a wider variety of settings for both the Hebrew and English texts. The first musical example of this text you heard earlier when Cantor Mary chanted Ve'ahavta utilizing Torah trope, or cantillation. The Talmud tells us that the Torah should be read in public and made understood to its hearers in musical and sweet tones. Therefore, historically, chanting the text became the way we were able to express its meaning and beauty, and it's inspirational for us to chant together as a community. Soon, you will hear some examples which help to musically define the text, as well as the changes in modern Jewish music which has occurred in the 20th and 21st centuries. The first Ve'ahavta that we are doing comes from probably the best known composer of Jewish music, Debbie Friedman. Now, Debbie Friedman was a pioneer in using the folk style in her compositions. Debbie once explained that her work as a young song leader for her congregation and her participation in the song leader workshop at Kutz Camp led to her 1971 setting of Ve'ahavta called And Thou Shalt Love, her very first composition. Her songs are used in Reform, Conservative, and Orthodox congregations. It demonstrates her popularity within Jewish religious communities and her imprint on Jewish liturgy, which is why the Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion, where Cantor Mary and I went, the cantorial school was named the Debbie Friedman School of Sacred Music, following her premature passing at the age of 59. So now, we have to, when we say we're talking about our school, we have to say that we belong to, or that we went to, received our degrees at, the Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion Debbie Friedman School of Sacred Music. Thankfully, at least at the time, we didn't have all those words. It was? Oh, wrong. It was just Susan Sharon will sing this lovely melody for us now.
And thou shalt love Adonai thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all of thy might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in thy heart, shall be in thy heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and thou shalt speak of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, and when thou risest up, and when thou liest down, and when thou liest down. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them on the doorposts of thy house, and upon thy gates, and upon thy gates, that we may remember and do all of thy commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
Our next composer, Paul Ben Chaim, was born Paul Frankenberger in Munich, Germany in 1897. He began his musical studies at the age of 9, studying violin and later piano, harmony, and counterpoint. Ben Chaim was called up for army service during the First World War and fought at the French and Belgian fronts. Once back in Germany, he was the conductor at the Augsburg Opera until 1931, when he was abruptly terminated due to rising tensions from growing anti-Semitism. He was unable to find full-time work in Europe, so he considered immigration to British-mandated Palestine. On an initial visit, he changed his name to Paul Ben Chaim, not out of a Zionist cultural incentive to Hebraicize it, but simply to avoid detection by British authorities for performing concerts, which was a violation of the no employment provision of his temporary visa. It was only after his move that he began to compose Jewish music. He climbed the ladder of success very quickly. In 1957, Ben Chaim received the coveted Israel Prize, the nation's most prestigious award for achievement in the arts, science, scholarship, and public service. And by that time, he had become one of the few Israeli composers to enjoy a truly international reputation. His catalog following his Aliyah includes nearly 150 works. His Ve'ahavta is one of those pieces, and Cantor Mary will sing it for us. Thank you.
Ani Adonai
Yechezkel Braun was born in Breslau, Germany, which is now Poland, in January of 1922. At the age of 2, his family emigrated to Palestine. He grew up surrounded by Jewish and East Mediterranean traditional music that influenced his later compositions. He is considered representative of the generation of Israeli composers immediately following that of Paul Ben Chaim, who we heard earlier. Braun had a particular interest in both Hebrew and Gregorian chant. In 1975, he spent a year at the Benedictine monastery in Solesmes, France, studying Gregorian chant there with Dom Jean Clair, one of its leading authorities. In 1966, he became a professor of music at Tel Aviv University, a post that he held until his retirement. The choral setting from his evening service for Sabbath is from where this Ve'ahavta is pulled. Our last composer for the evening is Michael Isaacson. He is a contemporary composer born in Brooklyn in 1946. He is founding artistic director of the Israel Pops Orchestra. Michael Isaacson, I almost said Michael Jackson. Oh, yes. Michael Isaacson enjoys a distinguished career as a composer, conductor, producer, author, and educator, with over 600 Jewish and secular musical compositions published, and over 50 produced recordings. The American Society of Jewish Music, Hebrew Union College, and the Jewish Theological Seminary honored him as one of the 10 most influential living composers of Jewish music. Dr. Isaacson has composed and conducted original scores and arranged for many well-known television series, including The Bob Hope Show, Little Women, Bionic Woman, Hawaii Five-0, and the daytime drama Days of Our Lives, among others. His music has also been heard on The Nanny, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and feature films The Passover Plot and Liberty Heights. Ve'ahavta was composed at Kutz Camp in 1967. It begins with a nigun, which at the time was a newer approach to prayer and communal singing, and it did not require fluency in Hebrew. The structure is strophic, meaning it includes a piece of text and then returns to the nigun, giving the worshiper the comfort of something musically familiar. Alternate measures offer a hora feeling, making the composition immediately familiar to a new listener. Interestingly, this composition was one of Isaacson's very first attempts at synagogue composition and continues to be one of his most popular compositions. What was originally intended for campers on a casual, sunny summer day has gone mainstream. This version will be sung by our talented teens, Nori Esowich, Abby Sherman, Frida Seacrest, and I knew that, and Johanna Thomas. Thank you for listening to us.
The last version of Ve'ahavta was the popular version by the song leaders at summer camp when I was 8 years old. I had a goatee at that time, not but thank you for teaching us a text that is all about the imparting of those values to our young people. It's all about how our tradition not only extends back thousands of years, but lasts for an eternity as well, because of our commitment to teach our children, to pass on that love of God and community. And we hope and pray for a day in which all of us, the entire world, will also become one. A day in which our world will be more perfected than it is today. And the voices of our young people sure give us that hope. So we're going to rise with the words of Aleinu L'Shabbat.
Aleinu L'Shabbat L'Adon HaKol L'Atid Gidula L'Yotzer Reshit Shelo Asanu Kegoyei HaRatzot Velo Samanu Kemishpachot HaAdama Shelo Sam Chelkeinu Kahem Vegor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam Ba'anachnu Gorim Umishtachavim U'modim Lifnei Melech Malchei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'nemar V'haya Adonai L'melech al kol haaretz Bayom hahu Bayom hahu Yeh Adonai echad U'shemo echad.
Please be seated. At this time, we come to the moment in our service where we remember our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, and those who died in the season years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts as our own. And their names, they echo in our hearts. And they echo in our hearts because they showed us boundless compassion and love. They held us close, sometimes a little too close, too tight, but always with love that knew no bounds. They challenge us to grow, to stretch beyond our limits, challenged us to become the best version of ourselves. And so in saying Kaddish, we remember not only their memories, but express our deepest gratitude to God for their lives, the impact that they had upon us, the way that they shared their wisdom, the way that we continue to live on in their memory. Our custom is to stand as the name of your loved one is read. We're in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days after the deaths of Scott Howard Astor, Barbara Berlin, Stephen Greenberg, David Robert Orbaugh, and Vladimir Shakanovich. We remember as well the yard sites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Azrael Alpern, Beatrice Alpern, Hyman Auslander, Philip G. Bernstein, Irene E. Birnbaum, Maurice H. Byers, Warren Brill, Adrian Beyer, Rose Califf, Ben Castle, Isaac Chips, Sidney Cohen, Goldie Cohen, B. Davis, Ruth Eggleston, Augusta Ellis, Maurice Ellis, Nola Feibelman, Barbara Feldman, Elsa Fink, Judith Friedman, Robert Bobby Green, Iz Greenwald, Ann Grossman, Cynthia Ann Hyman, Charles Holtzman, Anita S. Calver, Milton Robert Kane, Noah Kaplan, Molly P. Kaplan, Rose Silverman Knopf, George Lagmosiano, Les McDonald, Adolph Molaski, Jose Niego Leon, Daniel Pepper, Louis Perlin, Silly Popper, George Raffel, Jeffrey Rettig, Robert Ryback, Louis Rifkin, Gussie Rosker, Arlen Ruby, Hannah Sadow, Leo Seide, Millard Selden, Robert Shane, Bernice Sherman, Helen Sherman, Todd Sherrill, Ann Schubert, Jenny B. Schufro, Dorothy Kerr Small, Howard Seufer, Gabe Spill, Sophie Spolander, Peter Stein, Norman Steinberger, Oscar Sago, Regina Newberger-Valfer, Harry Louis Vatz, Seymour Weissman, Barbara Worshbale, Doris Wittes, Byron Wartz, Edith Yam. Are there other names that people wish to remember this evening? Leonard Fine, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Remember our American servicemen and women and first responders who gave their lives for our freedom and for our safety, for those defending the state of Israel, and all who died in the Shoah and the Holocaust. Zichronam livracha. We stand as a congregational family to support our mourners and continue with the words of Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal vayitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'amad yivrachu te ve'amlich malchute, v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye teho beit Yisrael, ba'gala bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mevarach le'alam olamei olamaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar v'yit haleh v'yit halal shemei nekudusha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Da'amiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Please be seated. Kenners Roskin and Thomas, thank you so much for your leadership this evening. To Susan and Johanna and to Nora and to Frida and to Abby, who I think I saw walking out. Upstairs slides, thank you, sorry. Not walking out, thank you, Abby. For all of you, thank you so much for all of the beautiful voices that you helped lead us and gave us a Shabbat Shirah, a Sabbath of song. We are proud to this Sunday introduce the Mitzvah Market, which is a reimagined evolution of our beloved Mitzvah Day, and the recognition that mitzvot should not just happen on a singular day, but that we should try to get involved and make a difference, particularly within our Jewish community, to make a difference in our community throughout the year. This is an opportunity for you to shop around and to take a look at the opportunities to get involved, to give back, and to strengthen our community. Sunday, January 28th at 9 a.m. Here at Temple Bethel. On Thursday, February 1st at 7 p.m. At Temple Israel is this year's Jewish Federation of Greater Charlotte's super event. They've had main events before. This is the super event, okay? And it's a super event, first off, probably without need to say, it's a super event because it is going to be moderated by Juju Chang, who we've had as a speaker before. It's going to feature our colleague, Rabbi David Wolpe, who is the Rabbi Emeritus of Temple Sinai and from Los Angeles, and really one of the most influential rabbis in the country, and Sheila Katz, the CEO of the National Council for Jewish Women. It's going to be an opportunity to delve into current events in Israel and global anti-Semitism and about what's happening and our response to it in Charlotte. Please get tickets. They can be purchased on the Federation website. Support our community. On Wednesday, February 7th at 11 a.m., Spice is going to be having a down-to-earth lesson about artificial intelligence with John Dables, who is a fellow at MIT and a member of Temple Bethel. It's coming for you, AI. Not like the Matrix or like Terminator, but it's coming for you. And Rabbi Erdheim would be so proud of me for mentioning some movies just now. But we want to invite you to actually sort of learn more about what's happening with the technology. And Rabbi Nichols is going to be teaching as well, a clergy presentation as well. And on Friday, February 9th at 7:30 p.m., we're going to have our Reproductive Rights Shabbat. Our congregation has taken a proud stand to support reproductive rights in North Carolina to make sure that the reproductive rights are protected here in our state. And we are working hard to do that. And we're going to be having a Shabbat on February 9th at 7:30 p.m. With the Girls Just Want to Have Choices tribe helping to lead the way. Following worship, there's going to be a screening of a movie that's really important documentary called Under God, which was an official selection at the 2023 Sundance Film Festival. And this short documentary is about the national Jewish response to the overturning of Roe and the exploration of how religious freedom, particularly religious freedom from a Jewish religious perspective, can play an important part in the fight for reproductive justice. More details are on our website, templebethel.org. I'm going to invite, there's Abby. I'm going to invite Abby and Frida and Nora and Johanna back up. And we're going to conclude our service this evening with the words of Shiru LaAdonai, a song to God. Shabbat Shalom. We want to invite you to join us for Oneg right in the foyer. Thank you.